Yo, so this is probably really like not common to say, but I really fucking recommend working grave shift. There are so many like positives, so many pluses to working grave shift. I feel like most people I know and like most people in the world are very opposed to it for good reason. There's a really good, like, number one reason is most people don't work grave shift, and that alone is like a good reason not to work it. But if you're single, if you have no kids, I really fucking recommend it. And this is like so random. And the only reason why I'm making this is because the other day I was really thinking about it, and I was like, if I didn't work grave shift, I wouldn't be where I am today. Like, I feel like it's just, there's something about it. There's so many things. So let me list the pros and cons of working grave shift, because I feel like I've had a few people be like really shocked that I'm working grave shift and also really curious about it. And so I thought, yeah, pro and con list. I want to start with the pros, of course, because I am pro grave shift. So grave shift, I've been doing it for like 7 years. I've always, like, for the past 7 years, I've had grave shift in my schedule. So it's not just like I just pick up a grave shift. No, like, I've been doing grave shift for that long. I can say for the majority of it, for the past like I would say the first 4 years, it wasn't like primarily grave shift. It was just like I was working swing shift and I worked like 2 grave shifts or something like that. But for the past 3 years, it's been like pretty solid grave shift. So I would say for the pluses, 100%, if you work a grave shift job, your job most likely needs you pretty badly, and you can work a lot more hours. So more hours, obviously there's people out there, maybe you're one of them, that really believes in working the bare minimum. I'm the opposite. I think you should work as much as possible, or at least I think I should work as much as possible now so that I can retire early. So I'm very much a retire early type of person. So if that's who I am and that's what I'm about, then like I said, I want to work a job that can give me hella hours. In grave shift, I swear, every single company I worked at that I worked grave shift, they were like desperate for me. Like, they needed me so often, so much. So I never ever had a job that like just had no hours for me, because, you know, I'm down for that grave life. Another plus is definitely, what's up, Cheddar? Is definitely the fact that if you are like me, I'm a very secluded, introvert person. There's so many grave shift jobs that you don't have to work with people at all. I would say definitely for the past like 3 or 4 years, I've worked jobs that I don't have to see a single soul. I don't have to, well, sometimes I have to maybe see some people, but speaking, that's how I always determine if a job is good or not. Like, if I'm going to interview, I always ask this question: will I ever have to speak to anybody? Which is like such an insane question to ask in an interview, but I love to be super transparent, super open and honest whenever I'm in an interview, because if I have to talk to someone, it really makes me not want to take the job. So with grave jobs, you know, there's a lot of jobs out there that are grave shift and it's a full ass job. You know, I know like fast food, they work grave shifts sometimes, and like warehouses, and both of those there's so much people interaction, so I do know that. But for me personally, I always go for the jobs that just are grave shift and I don't have to speak to anybody and it's a good time, because I just really hate working with people. I hate working with coworkers. I hate working with customers. It's just like a no for me. So that's like such a big plus. Another thing is, what else is there? Because those are 2 really big ones. Pay is normally higher. For me, my pay is, I don't really make a crazy amount of money, but obviously it's kind of offset because I work a lot of hours. So because I work a lot of hours, I make good money. But really, I would say I probably make like average money for my position. But usually with grave shift jobs, like I said, with warehouse work and like, you know, food type of jobs, Cheddar is always up in my way. Those jobs, definitely, I've noticed that you get paid more. So that's always good, getting paid more an hour, getting paid more because you're working more hours, and then not having to see people. That alone is such great things. And I do gotta say, like, I really do credit working grave shift like for my success in life, because since I was able to like work jobs that aren't very much people involved, I can put my energy, because I'm very, like I said, I'm an introvert, so my energy is drained when I'm talking to people. And since I haven't been having to talk to people at my jobs, my energy is much higher. And because of that, I have more energy to work out. I have more energy to like accomplish my goals outside of work. And that alone is just so valuable. Like, I know a lot of people, they leave their job and they're drained. They got to take a nap and they got to drink alcohol or they got to smoke weed to relax. Me, I'm relaxing at work. I'm relaxing at work. I know I'm very lucky. I do want to just note that I know I'm very, very lucky with my job. Like, there's not many, there are a lot, but there's very few jobs that are exactly like mine. But I know that you can get something similar. So there's that. But me working grave shifts, like, I feel like I've had so much time to reflect on myself and on my life, and I've learned to be alone. I like I said many times, I enjoy being alone, but there's a difference between being an introvert and someone who just like enjoys their own company and enjoys being alone. I think that maybe even in a spiritual way, it has helped me really enjoy being alone and like really think out loud. I even talk to myself, and I mean, I might come off crazy, but I straight up have full-on conversations by myself. And I think that that's a really good thing, because if I'm comfortable with talking to myself and thinking out loud and whatnot, like, I'm comfortable with myself, I have a comfortable life, you know? Like, my life is just so much better. I remember before, like, probably like back in the day when I was like in a relationship, I'd be feeling like I need somebody else, you know, to be in my life, and I need somebody else to talk to. And really, like, most people are kind of shitty, and I know a lot of people in this world, they still surround themselves with shitty people because they're scared to be alone. So I know I'm not scared to be alone. I think that's really valuable. I guess I should probably talk about the cons. So that's all the positive stuff I can think of about it. Although they're really powerful, I guess there's only like 3 or 4. The cons, though, for sure, if you aren't single, if you aren't childless, yeah, you're definitely going to be abandoning them in a way. I know that people that have kids and have significant others do work grave shifts as well, but I just think it's hard unless they're also working grave. I remember when I was married, I was working grave shift. We rarely saw each other sometimes because I would have to sleep when she's, you know, getting home from work or whatever. So it just has to align right. Another con is sleep schedule can get really fucked. Like, mine is pretty fucked. Like, now I have to take these every time I go to sleep. Like, I don't know what is up with my body, but I can stay awake for 30 hours and be not sleepy at all. But when it comes down to sleep, even if I'm really, really tired, I can't really fall asleep at it. I think it might be because I'm working grave shift. I think it might be because of that. So, you know, because like normally when you're tired as a normal person, the sun goes down, and like, okay, I'm a little tired. But for me, I sleep when the sun is up. So that's something. Sleep, everybody knows that. Your sleep is fucked. Up the ass, your sleep is fucked. So you really have to regulate it. For me, I literally schedule my sleeps. So every Monday through Thursday, I try to sleep between 5 and 11 p.m. So that's not that many hours, 6 hours. And then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I sleep from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's 4 hours. So 6 hours and 4 hours, that's not that much, but somehow, some way, I'm perfectly fine off of it. So that's all I need. I want more time for other things, you know? Another con is, they say health, like your health can deteriorate from like the sleep, as well as just your body being the opposite. So I do know that's a really big one that people don't like about it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's different for everybody, but I personally really recommend it. If you're curious about grave shift, I say give it a fucking try. I remember when I first did it, like the very first time I did it, I was like, damn, like, this shit's hard. Why do people do this? Why would you do this? Like, it's tough. But I even think if I was extremely rich and I didn't have to work a job, I think I would still maybe have something similar in my sleep pattern. I feel like maybe ideally, say I have no job, I'd probably want to go to sleep from like 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. like a nice 5-hour nap, kind of, basically, and like be awake the rest of the time because you can get so much done. And that's why I don't really get too much sleep, because I guess this is also could be a bad thing and a good thing at the same time. I don't get that much sleep because when I get off work at 6 a.m., I still want to do hella shit. I do my 3-hour workout, and then I want to like do some art, and I want to organize my house, and I want to do all this bullshit. Eat, of course, you got to eat too. And then when I look at the clock, it's like, damn, it's already 5 p.m. So then gotta get to sleep. So there's that. But anyways, that's all. I just really wanted to share that. Let me know if you also work grave shift. I actually think maybe I'll do a poll at some point and ask if you guys work grave shift or who works grave shift, because I am curious about that. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching. Bye.